gentlemen, we're back at it again. This time we're reacting to the cornerback rankings. Right now we got 10 guys in front of us that made the top 10. I'm staring at it. I'm surprised some other people aren't there. But look, there's some good talent at cornerback, and Madden switched it up a lot, man. There's a lot of changes from last year. We're just going to get into it. We're going to react to it, and we're just going to give our opinions, and then you guys give your opinion as well. What do you guys think? Also, by the way, there's one Madden code, a beta code, somewhere hidden in this video. You can find it, you can redeem it, and you have the Madden beta just like that. And make sure you're subscribed because we're going to do more of this. We have been doing it all week, but anyways.
Still no name for the fish.
Still no names for the fish. But we have 4 fish. Give us a name for the fish.
Might be 3.
Anyways.
So Jair Ramsay was a 99 last Madden, wasn't he?
Oh, man, this man's been a 99 for a couple years, I think.
He's 98 right now.
He's down to a 98.
So he wins the Super Bowl and then he goes down to a 98.
Does anything have to do with that pass interference call in the Super Bowl that should have got called?
Not just that. He actually played pretty bad in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Overall, it wasn't just
So
that.
do you think they dinged him from a 99 to a 98 because of the Super Bowl itself?
I doubt that.
I wouldn't say he had that bad of a game. You really think he had a bad game in the Super Bowl?
I seen it was a random video. They were showing highlights of it. He had a bad game. For his standard, he had a bad game.
Yeah.
One bad game.
No, I'm not saying that's to drop him to a 98, but I'm just saying that game is.
But I think he's still deserving of the #1 cornerback spot.
Well,
yeah.
Well, who's #1, Logan? We're gonna get to
Tyrell.
Oh,
We'll get into it.
AJ Tyrell, the young buck. What's he
We'll
like? 23?
Yeah.
Mate, is
Around
he
that
23?
He'll be the best. Don't you worry.
Wow. All right. So there's
No,
5
he is
X
now.
factors. There's 5 X
I'll
factors,
tell you
by the
why.
way. So the next best, they have Jair Alexander, who sat out the majority of the season last year.
Yeah.
All but like maybe a couple games. And he will remain, because I think he was the #2 cornerback last year also. He's going to be at a 96, so I think it's a little bit of a drop-off in his overall, maybe. But he still has X factor. He's a 96 overall. They have him as #2 cornerback in the league.
Yeah, I agree with it.
I can't disagree with it too much. It's just so hard for me to say, yeah, sure, you can keep him there definitively whenever other cornerbacks played and had great seasons, whenever he wasn't there.
That's
my issue. I'm not saying he
don't.
doesn't deserve a 96 overall. I'm saying maybe some other players to start the game because of what they did last year. We've seen most recently should maybe start off a little bit.
That's my argument with AJ Tyrell because, like, we'll get into it more whenever we come up with him, but he had some of the best. Literally, he was the leader for the cornerback position in a lot of different things. I mean, he had 13 games with fewer than 20 yards allowed. 20 yards allowed.
13?
13.
Dang!
13. And there's, 16 games that we play?
That's ridiculous.
So that's 3 games where he allowed more than 20 yards?
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
That's pretty
Lowest
good.
passer rating allowed, which is 47.5%. Lowest completion percentage allowed, which is 43.9%. You know what Jalen Ramsay was? 63.6.
Completion percentage.
Yes.
I mean, at this point, Jalen Ramsay is just like a name thing, too.
It is.
I mean,
and like I said, I
You don't think he deserves?
no,
I do.
yes, no,
yes.
he does. I'm just saying, though. Like,
Oh no, he is a name. He is a name for sure.
Yes.
He is a name that.
And I think he should still be #1. But again, like Tyrell had a better season than White, Ward, and Alexander.
But here's the
White
thing
also
you
didn't
guys
play.
have to
Exactly.
realize. They don't base it off of last season. They're basing it off of how good these players are as players.
Yeah.
Jair Alexander did not play a lot of last season, but that doesn't mean that he drops down tremendously because these other guys did play. Like if Patrick Mahomes, for some reason, did not play at all this season, and then he comes back in the next Madden, is he not going to be a 99 overall?
Here's the thing.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, here's the thing. And I get that's how they do it, but it's stupid. And I'm not saying it's stupid that, like I said, you're bringing it up because that's what they do. But this is a game that people play for 1 year. So the people that are good that previous year, they should be good that year. They're just going to switch it up next year.
You can't put Jair Alexander below these guys just because he was out that year.
Yeah, I like it's harder for me to. You're right though. You are right. Like it's not like he's like a bad. Like a lot of times when our player gets hurt, they come back and they are a worse player.
It's like if Devontae Adams didn't play last year, you can't put him at like a 90.
Right.
Exactly. Like for what it's worth, he's still a great player.
But somebody like that has been in the league for so long. Like AJ Tyrell, fantastic. But this is going to be his third year.
Yeah,
I think.
believe so.
Right. Yeah, but
Not saying, not
exactly.
saying
And
that
again-
should knock him or anything like that, but
Exactly what Jalen Ramsey's been doing it for like 5 years at least,
I don't
right?
know. That's.
Like,
I just feel like they should give higher overalls as well. Like I don't see why there can't be multiple people to 96.
see that's the other thing though.
Like,
Like
I don't
the
get that.
the abilities themselves. Like AJ Terrell got an X factor, which is
Yeah,
like, dude,
X
that's
factors.
incredible
Yeah.
for a player at his age.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right. I agree.
That goes a long
Yeah.
way for sure. Like
And-
that in itself boosts a player's overall by a lot.
And
like
the thing
if you
is,
think about it.
and the thing is too, like if you look at the Falcons' defense really isn't good. So for him to be able to do what he
Right.
does with no help,
Right.
it's very impressive. There's some good linebackers, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
again, that's not really helping him out too much. So I'm just with what he did, with what he's been working with, I think he should be higher.
Yeah. We talked about Denzel Ward in, I think it was one of our call-in calls. I don't know if we did a ranking list of top defensive players or top players under the age of like 25 or something. I don't know if he's,
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if he's still under 25 or not.
I don't know.
But
he's due to get paid if he hasn't
but
already. Did he get paid this year?
I don't know. But Frank was talking about him. He let known some like pretty incredible stats. I mean, Denzel Ward's like a speed
He's
freak.
solid. He's good.
He's great in coverage. And then last year in Madden, he was only a star development. So he goes from star, he skips superstar, X
Dang.
factor, and is now a 95
That's impressive.
overall.
That's
like
impressive.
that's a massive jump. So you know this dude had a great season. And I thought last year he got kind of done dirty a little bit, but that's a lot of respect. That's a lot. That's a number 3.
Because then at
corner.
that point, it is just off of last season in a way.
It's more
yeah,
of he proved
he was kind of
himself,
like up and
though.
coming. Like so for him, for example, AJ Terrell, I think was like maybe low 80s last year. So
Yeah,
that's
he
a huge
definitely didn't
jump.
have an X factor.
And Denzel Ward started the year off at like a 90 overall. So that's I feel like that's where the
Yeah.
balance comes from. Tre'Davious White's at a 94 and an X factor. I think he might have dropped in overall a little bit.
Okay, I mean, he was hurt, but
Yeah.
how much they take? that
Yeah, I
into
know.
effect,
Yeah, it's so easy just to keep bringing that up because that's the first thing you think of for sure. Darius Slay, the first superstar, the highest superstar at 93 overall. He's somebody that normally doesn't get respect from Madden at all.
Yeah.
Should he be higher than J.C. Jackson and Marlon Humphrey though?
I don't think so, personally.
Oh, man. See, I think JC. Oh, man, this is tough. Maybe not by 2 overalls and 3 overalls for JC Jackson. I do think he's in the same category, though.
You think
He's a veteran. He's been doing it for a long time. He's really proven
J.C.
himself.
Jackson's been around. He's like 5 seasons.
He's not a veteran like Slay is, though. Oh, man.
Well, speaking of that, Lattimore, not even a 90 overall is kind of shocking to me, truthfully, because he had a pretty decent season last season as well.
He
the Saints
did.
defense, again, I know the team wasn't as good, but the whole Saints defense was really good.
Yeah. I do like Slay there. Should he be 2 overalls higher than Humphrey? I think Humphrey should be behind J.C. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
J.C. Jackson can get bumped up like to a 92. And Slay, I'm fine. I'm kind of fine with Slay there, man.
Wow.
I know a lot of people that have been watching Darius Slay, especially back in the day with the Lions. Was it the Lions?
Uh-huh.
Like, man,
Dang,
just doesn't get respect.
I'll tell you what, I'm surprised Stephon Gilmore isn't on this list because he was like a 90-something last year.
Right. Gilmore is always on this is the
I know.
first time ever
Dang.
that he's like not on a list. So he is what, like an 80? He is an 89 though. He's an 89 overall, and he has superstar. So technically, he could be in Lattimore's spot.
Yeah.
He could be in Lattimore's spot.
Makes it better.
Patrick Surtain, another super young guy that they bumped in overall big time. Big time.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he is an up-and-coming player. I think he is going to be very, very
Yeah.
good.
See, that's the one thing, like, up and coming, 100%. Great season last year, 100%. But for
But to
how
be
young that he
9,
is, if there was one guy on this list, and I'm not saying I would do it, if there was one guy on this list I would take out of this top 10, it would probably be him.
Yeah.
I know Broncos fans, like, hate to see it, but it's just based off of, like, his age and all that, like,
Yeah.
give it more time to progress to get to that higher overall. Because, like you said, I mean, to be fair, he did do better than Stephon Gilmore last year. Xavier Howard's not on the list. Like, he's really good.
Yeah.
Eli Apple.
Eli Apple. Fantastic, man.
Yikes.
Fantastic, dude. He got Cooper Kupp locked up, man.
His X factors lose the game.
Yeah. And then the big name, Trayvon Diggs, interception leader, 11 picks last
Look
year.
how many yards he gave up.
Exactly.
Gave up a ton of yards.
That's-
Dang, yeah, I wonder where they put him at.
So he's at an 89.
Oh, okay.
And he's a superstar also.
I don't hate that.
Superstar.
For how many yards he gave up?
Yeah, they didn't overdo it.
At him.
They didn't overdo it, but they gave him
That's fair.
respect at the same time.
Yeah,
I think they
that's
did that
good.
one pretty well.
I think that's all right. Because,
Pretty
again,
well.
he was the interception leader. But, again,
Mhm.
there's a lot more that goes into this position than just interceptions. So
Mhm.
I don't think he's better skill-wise than a lot of the players that are on this list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like James Bradbury, pretty good there. Who the heck else is there? Oh, man, that's the only one I can think of right now. I know there's definitely some cornerbacks that I'm missing on right now. Casey Hayward, I think, had a pretty good season last year. I'm not really sure where he's at.
We talked about Xavier Howard, right?
Yeah, Xavier Howard. So I think Xavier Howard, if I'm not mistaken, he had the second most interceptions. He had 8
Yeah.
behind Diggs.
I believe so also.
So, but yeah, I'm almost certain he's an 89 superstar also.
Huh.
So I actually really don't hate this list whatsoever. I really don't.
Mm-mm.
I would switch some things around.
Marcus
like little
Peters.
things.
Marcus
Yeah.
Peters, that's
Yeah.
a good one. He's a guy again that got hurt. Humphrey's definitely better than Peters are on the same team.
Mhm.
So if they're gonna put one of those guys there, I definitely agree that it should be Humphrey. But yeah, Ravens got some good DBs for sure, no doubt. Let us know if there was anybody that we missed. Is there somebody that's ranking is just completely messed up? I'm sorry if I don't really think we dumped on any of the players.
I don't
really.
think this list is
No.
that bad.
Right,
I
it's
think
really
it's a pretty
not.
good one, yeah.
But, I think they did it. They did it pretty good. Honestly, yeah. This is a good year for the
This
cornerbacks.
is a
I think,
hitter.
dude, there's a lot of this is pretty high overalls for the
Well-
10th highest guy. There's a lot, and I
Yeah.
think that's because how bad defense was.
Yeah.
Let's boost the ratings of the cornerbacks and safeties, so it's harder
Yeah.
to play offense.
Well,
the defense looks
we
better.
talked about that, how it's like every Madden, it's like, oh, the offense was really OP this time and you couldn't do anything with the
Right.
defense.
Let's
Well,
completely
defense.
fix it.
Now
Exactly.
offense is absolute dookie town. Oh, we'll go back to that. Because
Exactly.
while playing the beta, it seemed like the offensive lines were absolutely terrible.
Oh, really?
We
Okay.
were the
Yeah, we were
Buccaneers,
the Buccaneers
right?
going against the Jets, and the Jets were destroying our
We had
the
pressure
Bucs offensively.
every time. Every time. So
Interesting. Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna play the game a little bit more. I only played one drive, but I'll play the game. We'll do a little breakdown or something like that on the channel too. Don't forget, there's a beta code somewhere for the Madden 23 beta in this video. Subscribe, drop a like, more stuff to come. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, everybody.
Yep.
Was it there, Logan? Was it under
Nah,
that?
it wasn't.